There's a stunning twist now to the ongoing legal battle over the 30,000 crore rupee estate of Sanjay Kapoor. WhatsApp chats and internal documents submitted to the Delhi High Court by Karisma Kapoor's children have unveiled explosive revelations. Among them is the startling suggestion that Sanjay Kapoor was allegedly arranging Portuguese citizenship for Karisma and her two children, a move that would require them to renounce Indian citizenship. The details embedded in private communications have sparked fresh speculation. Were Karisma and Sanjay considering a reconciliation before his demise? That's a big sensational revelation now coming to the forefront because of the WhatsApp chats that have been revealed in the public domain. Remember this on a day when Karisma Kapoor's two children, Samaira and Kian, have approached the Delhi High Court, this accusing their stepmother Priya Sachdev of in fact forging the will of their deceased father Sanjay Kapoor. And this is, remember, over an entire property worth 30,000 crore rupees. And in her defense, Priya Sachdev has maintained that there's already a trust that has been set up to take care of the two children.
Citizenship for both Karisma and their children. Would you like to comment on that? And secondly, on the 18th, when the body was being brought back to India, there was a motion moved for a board of directors meeting of Aureus Investments for inducting Ms. Priya Kapoor Sachdev on the board of directors. How do you respond to that?
It won't be appropriate for me to respond, so I will not be commenting on their personal relationship or what's been disclosed in the plaint or whether they were getting back together, not getting back together. That's not something that I can comment upon at all. So no comments, please.
So this was Mr. Vaibhav Gagar, who was speaking to us after, in fact, the Delhi High Court today issued summons in the suit that's been filed by Karisma Kapoor's children with regards to the family feud that has erupted in the Kapoor family after the mysterious death of business tycoon Mr. Sanjay Kapoor, a 30,000 crore worth of empire.
All right, let me quickly go across to Ananya Bhatnagar, who's been reporting on that story with us. Ananya, even though the lawyers have not really revealed much, if you could share with us what has in fact emerged out of these screenshots of the WhatsApp chat.
Well, you know, if you go by these screenshots, it clearly shows how Sanjay Kapoor was actually seeking, in fact, a family reunification in Portugal. And in fact, it's clear from the application that he had filed for his children from Ms. Karisma Kapoor, seeking a Portuguese citizenship. In fact, if we go by the WhatsApp chat of this family group called the Family K, it only has members which are Karisma Kapoor, Sanjay Kapoor, and in fact the two children from Karisma Kapoor. No Priya Sachdev Kapoor, no children from Priya Sachdev Kapoor or anybody else was there on that particular WhatsApp group. And we can see that how he was pushing, in fact, Karisma Kapoor as well as to push for a Portuguese citizenship, giving her a highlight as to if at all she takes a Portuguese citizenship, then she has to lose her Indian citizenship itself. So which basically hints out that, whether there were ties that were being mended as far as, Sanjay Kapoor and Karisma Kapoor are concerned. And a second similar thing that emerges out from the annexures of this particular suit is that when Sanjay's body was being brought back to India, in fact, from the United Kingdom after his unfortunate death on the 12th of June, on the 18th of June, a motion was actually moved for a board of directors meeting of, AIS or the investments company wherein, in fact, Sanjay Kapoor was the director along with Dinesh Agarwal. These two people were the board, and this new board meeting was being called after Sanjay's death, even before his cremation took place, in order to induct Ms. Priya Sachdev Kapoor on the board of directors of Aureus Investments Limited. And that is something, that raises different angles as far as this 30,000 crores worth of family feud is concerned. As far as the arguments that took place before the court is concerned, it was highlighted by Mr. Mahesh Jethmalani, who was appearing for the two children, that the will that has been executed, the will of their father, which has been executed here, is something that seems to be forged. It was read in a haste in that particular meeting at the Taj Hotel, and there seems to be suspicious circumstances because there was no talk of the will until that particular meeting at the Taj Hotel took place. The executor of the will and Priya Sachdev Kapoor have taken a defense that this will was something that came up to them through Mr. Dinesh Agarwal, who's said to be, in fact, one of the directors of Aureus Investments Limited, and also is somebody who is a witness to this particular will itself.
So it's interesting, Ananya, that you highlight that this is, on one side you have Priya's version. On the other hand, you've also in fact spoken to Sanjay Kapoor's sister. What is it that you're learning with regards to the other side of the family, whether it is Sanjay Kapoor's sister or the mother, remember, who were at the forefront of those allegations that surfaced with regards to Priya Sachdev in fact forging the family will?
You know, we had spoken to, in fact, Miss Mandira Kapoor Smith a few weeks ago when this whole family feud had actually broken out. And she, as far as Karisma Kapoor is concerned, had stated that they are having good terms with Karisma Kapoor. She's somebody who's held the family together, the two grandchildren of Miss Rani Kapoor, which is Samaira and the other one from Karisma Kapoor, who have now filed this plaint before the Delhi High Court. All of them speak in one line that, you know, this is a will that is forged in nature. And it is by Priya Sachdev Kapoor and people associated with Priya Sachdev Kapoor in order to take control of the Sonacom star and the 30,000 crore worth of empire that Mr. Sanjay Kapoor had carried forward from his father, Mr. Virendra Kapoor. Not only carried forward, but had also expanded the legacy of his father, Mr. Virendra Kapoor. Akansha.
All right, Ananya, stay with me. We in fact have managed to access, with your help, that document which has been submitted by the children of Karisma and Sanjay Kapoor. This is what Samaira and Kian in fact have presented in terms of their viewpoint. Most important is the aspect with regards to how they were seeking a Portuguese citizenship. To take you through that particular point, in fact, it clearly goes on to say that there's representation with the Portuguese Agency for Integration, Migration and Asylum, or rather AIMA, for the purpose of family reunification and renewal requested by his father Sanjay Kapoor within the hems of Article 98 and 99 of Law number 23 by 2007 or July 4th, and correspondent amendments to require, act, even deliver, receive and sign everything that is necessary for the stated purpose. So if you go by that document, this has in fact been already provided as a document to the court, to the Delhi High Court, as the children of Karisma Kapoor have now approached the Delhi High Court. And on this very day, we've also managed to access those screenshots of the WhatsApp chats, which are already in public domain. Let me take this forward with Ananya, who continues to stay with us. Ananya, what is this now going to lead to? How will this impact the entire ongoing hearing? We are being made aware that the next hearing is going to be taking place in October.
Well, how would it impact the hearing is something that we'll have to wait and watch for before the court itself. But if we go by a general parlance, or if we go by general understanding, as I was pointing out to you earlier as well, it is somewhere or the other shows that how Sanjay Kapoor was actually trying to mend his ties with Karisma Kapoor. They were probably trying to get back together, or these children, in fact, were also being asked to take a Portuguese citizenship. And if you see that the document that you just read was submitted to the Portuguese authorities for, in fact, a family reunification, as it completely points out at its written in that particular document that has been submitted to the Portuguese authorities, seeking, in fact, a Portuguese citizenship for in fact, the two children. Not only that, if we go by the WhatsApp chat of that particular group, and remind you, this is a very, very crucial WhatsApp group because it only has Karisma Kapoor, Sanjay Kapoor and the two children. Nobody else, neither Miss Rani Kapoor, nor Sanjay's sister, nor his current wife, Miss Priya Sachdev Kapoor. And these are not chats that are pretty old. These are recent chats that have happened before Sanjay's death, and that emerges out that somewhere or the other ties were trying to be mended, and these two children were to apply for a Portuguese citizenship. And Sanjay was also suggesting Karisma that if she wants to apply for the Portuguese citizenship, then she'll have to give her Indian citizenship itself. So various stories emerging out as far as this family feud is concerned. In fact, that another document that we have accessed is CNN News 18, which completely shows that how when Sanjay's body was actually being brought back to India, at that particular point of time on the 18th, if I am correct, a board of directors meeting of Arius Investments Limited was actually called in, where Priya Sachdev Kapoor had to be inducted on the board of directors, and this is even before Sanjay's cremation could actually take place. And another,
Right, and the most important is that the Delhi High Court has now ordered Priya Sachdeva to come up with the assets, because remember, in these chats, it's amply evident that Sanjay Kapoor was also discussing their European assets with Karisma Kapoor and her 2 children. So henceforth, this also means that they may perhaps be given that right of demanding 1/5 of the total assets that they are currently demanding, even though Priya Sachdeva maintains that there is already a trust set up for these 2 children. But I'm going to request you to continue staying with us before we take this forward. More breaking inputs